Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Deep Blue Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deep Blue Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 499. Today is Saturday, December 20th, 2025. And I'm glad you could join me today. It's a foggy, rainy day here. Apparently, I'm running slow, but it's okay. Figured it was a good time to get a podcast in and then figure out what else needed to happen from there. I don't even know if I'm on schedule, but I finished something, so I'm like, whatever. um, so what would it be? It could just be that it's Shlanket season now, where I want to be wearing slippers and a foreskin shawl and other such nonsense, and that's fine. So what happened the last time that I've recorded was like I finished that row that I was working on, and then I weighed the yarn, and then I decided it was time to bind off, and then proceeded to spend pretty much that whole time binding off. I think I want to say I finished. I want to say that I finished binding off on Thursday, and then spent Thursday night weaving in the ends. So I can make that official. So finished it on the 18th of December. Ugh, but it's a foggy, rainy day, and so it will be a little bit before I block this. I don't know what it'd be. I'm not quite, whatever. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna have sufficient sunshine in the coming week or so in order to even be able to do that. So we'll see. But I think it will be very, very lovely to block. And then the only thing that I really need to figure out is so I have my very impressive ruffle and my I-cord bind off. It is like a little bit ruffly, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I ended up doing I ended up giving it a little bit more breathing room. I ended up giving a little bit more breathing room because I would bind off one and then knit an I-cord and then bind off, which isn't what the pattern called for. But the ruffle is roughliest where I had done the increase, and it's fairly smooth in like a non-increase section. So either it's gonna pin out smooth, which is still a possibility. It's not like I have a ton of ruffle on this. So either it's gonna pin out smooth or it'll just be a little bit ruffly, and I'm okay. I'm not going to rip back to that row where I put the increases in thinking I was gonna have pattern repeat and try again. It's fine. So, whatever. But what a big Shlanket we have here. Oh. And then I don't know, like this has some good tail on it, so we'll see. Um it is a lot of fun, very graphic shawl. But the other thing that I am curious about was I talked earlier about needing to snip where I had carried the yarn because it was um, sort of constraining how much this could grow. And now that it's bound off again, I might just do it before I block it. Just go for it. I have the scissors out from wrapping things from a month ago. It's fun. So, so I might just do that before I block because I would like for that to be um, good. And so there's sort of no tension in like the silver wedges, but there is, I think, still some binding up that's going on. Where like this is much more loosey-goosey than the short row wedges. So just wearing this and looking at how everything looks, we'll just tilt down a little bit. So you can sort of see how there's this pooch. And so I think that's coming from this edge just being a little bit too tight. So I might try it on one and see how it goes. It's going, and then my thought process would be that because it's encased in an I-cord, I won't need to weave in any of those ends. We'll see. So, Go Go Dynamo by Mr. Stephen West, the 2024 mystery knit along that I did not do as a mystery, in fiber optic gleam in the dolphin and midnight colors with Bliss, or what is that? From Dusk Till Dawn Fibers Surrey Silk in the Bliss Yarns colorway held at various strategic points in the shawl, which is not visible from afar, but is visible up close. It's just like a little bit of variegation and making my silver a little bit more white when I held it with it. So, should be good. And then, yeah, it's subtle, but I like I like how that all came together. So I still need to weigh out my yarn and sort of put in those final totals, but I'm not gonna fiddle with it too much more at this point. So just need to get it blocking. We could do this way too. Make sure it's mostly, yeah, I'm gonna have to snip it because I can feel it. I can feel I can feel the tight spot. To be fair, Mr. Stephen West did explicitly said to cut the yarn. May have had a problem with that. So I'll snip it because I can feel it pulling. So we'll snip it before we block it. Yeah. And like it's still like I did a pretty good job of weaving in the ends. So it does look pretty nice on the wrong side as well. And there's nothing like a nothing like a Stephen West shawl to scream I'm a knitter. Sorry, I'm just trying to balance this. Why does it look weird? That's an interesting question. Like, how far shifted am I? Interesting. I don't know if that's from carrying the yarn. But if there's just like one edge that's like a little bit tighter or something. I don't know. We'll see. Very graphic. we'll do the little snip snip and see how things go. So, what this meant is so for what I'm assuming was the 2 week period, um, that I was binding off the shawl, I was pretty much just exclusively working on it. So from when I stopped hitting record to Thursday night, I was just working on the Go-Go Dynamo, trying to get it done. Um, and that means that I am down to one work in progress right now. So I am continuing to work on my Sonnetti. This is a Ksenia Nadeon pattern, Life is Cozy, that I'm knitting out of Studio Donegal Darny, which is a Tweedy sock, Tweedy woolen spun sock yarn, whatever, fingering weight yarn. This too is something I feel like I started in July. It's like, sorry, it's like, have I just knit with 7 skeins? No, that's not true. It's a little bit more than 7, 8, 8. Well, I did use up one, so 9 skeins of yarn since July. It's like we need to like fact check how many skeins of yarn have I bought in July. So, or whatever. And it would be the case where both of these projects are on fairly fine needles. So I think this one, I believe, was knit on 3s or 4s. And then the T is being knit on 2s. I think the called for needle for both of them was 4s. So, as you do. Um, whatever. It's not really changing things that much because at least for the sweater, I'm on gauge or close, so it's fine. Um, so what's happened since I talked to you guys last? Where did I leave off? So I am working the long rows again. I don't know if that changed from 2 weeks ago. I am now writing on my pattern when I end up modifying the yarns around it to accommodate using up less of the teal yarn for the remainder of the sweater because I had used more than half my yarn at the halfway point. And the only way that I could sort of modulate that at that point was to use less yarn after joining the front and the back together again. I have had a chance to try it on since getting the neck opening closed, and so this is definitely a long sweater. So we are not going to be hovering around to the top of my jeans in the least bit. And that is fine. Um, so it's like there's like at least a little bit of yarn management and yarn chicken because I would prefer not to need to buy another skein of the teal. And I came in very confident that if my body double knitting friend Sasha had to knit it in a smidge more than 2 skeins of yarn, but I had not accounted for how much extra length I had added by casting under stitches. And then it'll also be interesting to see if like the ease works out, that it's fine based on that length, that everything's okay. Um, I'll have to, I don't know, I guess that sort of last sleeve bit of the pattern will be, I haven't read that part, but it's pretty easy to get like a close approximation because I have that edge sort of all pinned up, so it does like hang pretty nicely on me. So not not too worried there. Um, but more worried just about the teal. So I probably will need to keep my scale in the bag. I will, I don't know if I have to do anything too crazy with this. What I have been doing to help make the knitting more pleasant is one of my needles is my fixed circular, and one of them is an interchangeable one. And so then I'm just knitting all of the stitches off of one needle onto the other. And so that means it's a little bit less crowded and less, I don't know, I can't tell if it's less prone to slipping out because of that or not. Whatever, these are slippery little needles for sure. But that was sort of the hope, is that it ends up making the knitting more pleasant. But it might make the storing might just be equally unpleasant no matter what I do. I think that's the best way to put it. Is that if I'm really close to the end of the row on either side, it doesn't matter if I'm doing it one way or the other. Um, the stitches could still slide out. But whatever, it's fine. So this will be getting most of my time and attention for the coming weeks, um, with the hope being that I could finish soon. Oh, the shawl's so cozy. um, like we're now in a time where it's actually so San Francisco is the land that weather forgot. Um, you can't tell. You can never tell what season it is. You can just tell, oh, that's weird, the sun's setting early. Um, it's fine. So I have knit off a needle, and then I have this fun stitch stopper on the end, so I know what end to start from. And I'm not using the lock to keep the needle on, so it sometimes will uh, unscrew from the weight of the project, for lack of a better word. So actually, like, the best time to try this on is like the halfway point of the sweater and not this part, but that's okay. Um, and then the downside, at least at the moment, is so I do have a little stitch marker here, which I can't remember its explicit purpose unless it's, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what it's telling me right now. But that's the bottom of the sweater. And here is the top front, and of course it's a little bit crowded on a single needle, but that's fine. That's why I'm using two. So, but it's definitely, or would it be, I haven't put it up against like a T to figure out what's going on, but like my head easily goes through the hole. Um, I'm not planning on restarting it. It is what it is. It's definitely a little, or would it be? Like, colors are really bold, but like I'd be wearing this with a tank top and jeans, so I'm not layering more stuff on top of this. And then, yeah, like, it's definitely like a pretty wide neck for sure. So then the only other thing that needs to happen is just balancing out how much yarn I'm using. So um, if I pop in to my little cheat sheet, what I've done was I just wrote on it for when I ended up changing what the pattern called for, basically. So I finished that one, and then I'm going to change it here. So I'm going to use more blue on this one, and I think I'll just alternate back and forth for a while. So, not too bad. I do not want to add effects using hand gestures. So, yeah, and then I just have it marked out on the pattern. Where I'm going. So if this was Ksenia's size, I would have 13 more rows to go, but this is my size, which is a little bit bigger, and so I'll just start back again on, I'll just start back again at the top of the pattern, and I should be able to get all my rows in. So because this is the sideways knit, like I do know that I have like a fixed number of rows left to go. I just haven't counted it out. Um, that's fine. I was like, now that the neckline is finished on this, then it shouldn't be too terrible. It's just boring knitting now. With occasional thinking for doing an increase on a row. This is an increase row. Well, this is a color change row. It's not, yeah. When I knit back, it will be an increase row. But like you can see like the scenario here. So I definitely have more pink than navy. Um, I'm not sure how much I want to manage my teal. I guess it's not surprising. It was like that I would like pink is the fun pop. It is not the main event in my mind, but as you do, as you do. Okay. Um, so it's coming along. Um, should be fine. What's in my bag are my spouse's fingerless mitts, or or whatever, partial finger gloves. Um, and I just had a discussion with him about his desires. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to rip back the blue fingers and knit them in a thicker black yarn. I'll probably skip doing the thumbs unless I have to, but it looks like we do have a sad spot on this thumb, so maybe I will. Alas. Yeah, color work on this has been fine the whole time, but these fingers just haven't been quite tough enough. And so apparently I am going to do a small offset in order to bring the fingers in. But he just confirmed his desires there. So I don't know if it'll be the case where um, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to entirely approach it, but it'll probably be the case where I need to do this one first because the thumb is in a little bit rougher shape. Um, And I don't know if I'll have to redo this one just because I didn't want to do extra work if I didn't have to, but whatever. So the cuff will continue being in the blue since that has overall been pretty good. I can see that I did bind it off again once, but everything else looks fine. It's just get a tougher yarn on this one so that it's less prone to breaking. And then we should be able to have many happy wears from there. But yeah, merino cashmere silk was not the right material, or a light fingering merino cashmere silk was just not the right material for my spouse's lifestyle, even if he does like how soft and cozy it is. So we're replacing it with this black, which is a little bit coarser. Honestly, it looks like it's probably like I think this is my wool myself, which should be fine. Only one person I know has destroyed wool myself. That was my grandpa wearing socks every day. I will need to make more. Maybe one pair. He's not wearing the other pair because of like because he has like swelling in his feet. But we'll get it worked out. So that is the story there. What it be? So that'll be. Yeah, I don't know if I want that. I probably should make that my next project. It's like, yeah. It's fun. So, I don't know. Knitting socks would probably be refreshing after um, knitting on such big projects for a while. So I'm hoping the gloves are fast. Um, because I just whatever. I'm trying to fix them so I don't have to fix them so often anymore. It's fine. Um, so we'll get it worked out. That's fine. But yeah, I'm not planning, or what I mean, because um I am working Monday, just Monday. It may feel slightly futile because I had a seriously unproductive Friday. Serious. But it's fine. But I'm gonna have a decent amount of time off for the next 2 weeks. So, um, maybe I will be able to finish a couple more things so they are no longer upon me. Like my spinning project. I don't know if that I've made any progress on this. The drive band is definitely off, but so the final season of Stranger Things is coming out. Maybe the last episode, I don't know. Like, so I've decided to take this time to rewatch Stranger Things from the beginning, and so that was what kept me company during most of the bind off for this shawl. And I would say Netflix and spinning is the perfect combination. So I may end up getting a lot of spinning done in the next couple of days. Last night was so extremely unproductive, I didn't even knit or spin after the kids went to bed. So, as a result, um, maybe I could be closer to finishing that project, so that would be lovely. Oh well. But I really would be. I think things are still pretty wide open on the what will be my next sweater. Um, I guess it could be fun for the next episode to go through like what sweater quantities I have. Though I also suppose if I do finish the spinning project, that is a sweater spin. So there is a distinct possibility that um we could end up doing that. It's fine. Um as you do. As you do. So, but like it is the case where I think would it be like it could be the scrim ring. I definitely um I definitely ended up buying replacement needle felting needles so that I could do a felted steek. So that is one thing that could be happening. Like um could try to go for quick and easy sweater and do something like the Love Note or the Ranunculus, um, in the spirit of palette cleanser. It could be the case where I want to get rid of a bulky part of my stash. So that could mean like center point popover. Since I think I got heavy worsted or Aran weight yarn for that. Um, I don't think I would it be. So, but that being said, like the scrim ring is like just getting woolen spun yarn out of my stash. Because it's fluffy. It doesn't pack down as nice as worsted. Not sure. Um, so it's whatever. I don't even think my sweater yarn is all that accessible at the moment. We also must laugh because I arranged my fiber so that or I arranged my yarn so that the fiber was closer to the top. And then I'm still just spinning on the never-ending sweater spin. So I don't even know where did the where did the where did the sweater quantities go? Do I even know my stash? I guess they must be over here. Yeah, they don't remember. Be like, it's fine. I am apparently worried about different things. No big deal. So, yeah, I don't know. It might be the case. Well, yeah, because I will have to take everything out and rearrange, and I think that will happen. Yeah. So, I will be doing the great stash photo somewhere between the 31st and the 1st. Depends on how I'm feeling. Um and then I could probably give like a tour of all the sweater options because there are quite a bit, and I don't tend to buy yarn for a sweater without knowing what pattern I'm intending to knit, and I have a good track record of actually making what I intend. So there's that. Um, man, me so So exciting to get this current spin-off. It was like, did I even describe anything about it? Be like, the blue, I think, is Shetland, and we have some oatmeal BFL, or blue Shetland that I dyed myself, oatmeal BFL, mohair locks, baby mohair locks, and Hello Yarn, I believe Falkland. I don't, yeah. Google and helpfully let me know how long it had been since I had worked on this. It's been a long time. I will not start a sweater spin after this. We'll do something fun. We'll do something fun and fluffy and fast. So, possibly hip strings for the hip strings along. Because I certainly have a pretty good stash of hip strings already. It was like I was spinning on this project when I took the fiber speed dating class from Jill at SSK like a couple years ago. So, as you do. Speaking of that, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Um, it's like I would like to go on a knitting retreat, and I think I need to decide which one I would like to do, which is not SSK. So I don't know, or would it be? So then that means I have to choose, I think, or would it be? Like, I did do like a quick look, and it looked like there might have still been space in the zombie apocalypse. So I might need to text the group and ask. Um, but then also, since I am West Coast, like it could be really cool to go to a strung along retreat. And what it be? So that'll be like less crazy pants as a West Coaster than before. And so that's run by the Yarn Harlot. So I think I just have to decide. It may be the case where I look and see how things are going in terms of like maybe do like a super quick breakdown on cost. Um, but like, I don't know. I am pretty. It also depends, I think, on timing as well. There are certain times where it's easier or harder to go. Um, we'll see. But whatever. I have my mostly 2 weeks off. Um, and should be good. It's like work's paid for this nonsense, but it's been stressful. Whatever. We'll get it figured out. Um, but yeah, so I just have to look at schedules and that sort of thing. So it'd be the case where like that time between like July to like the end of August, so that 2 month window is like a really great time. But Stalking and Zombies is end of June, so close enough probably. And then I think the Strung Along retreats happen a few times, so I want to find one. I need to find the one that has spinning, I think. So I'll keep an eye out for what one I want to do. But yeah, and maybe I just have to text Cindy. I should text Cindy. Would it be? Because I I don't know that she's been to them all, but she might have. So all good. Um, so I will be doing the Great Stash photo. If you want some slow TV, definite option there. I'm guessing it's probably going to be the first. I'll maybe do like a quick check on the weather, but we're a little bit too far out, I think. Yeah, it'll be a couple more days before I know, but normally I do it the first, so we'll see. And then I will be able to record as normal. So it shouldn't be too crazy. And maybe that episode will end up being um that episode will probably, yeah, those will end up being sort of close to each other looking at that, but it's fine. So, and maybe that'll be the case where I go through um potential projects I will start for 2026. Exciting times. Exciting times. Um, oh no. Computer's getting bored. So, looking pretty good. So, hopefully, I'll have a lot to share 2 weeks from now. And hopefully, it'll be a lot easier to do the great stash photo because I won't be entertaining a baby. And I will do the great stash photo on the king size bed. So it hopefully fits better. um, yeah, I guess that's interesting. Guess was I streaming? There might be some logistic problems that I'll need to figure out. Like, it'll be fine. And then today, what's on tap is I might do like a quick sort for Goodwill donation of various items we don't need, like clothes we got for free that don't work with our lifestyle, and uh the horrifying amount of baby toys we got from both next door neighbors who didn't want to donate. It's like that girl has no shortage of choice. um so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, and I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. So, take care, guys. Bye bye.